This is Paul Papalia, Western Australia's Police Minister. He recently announced a review of the WA Firearms Act, citing the fact there are 349,000 licensed firearms in the state. In fact, he said that each and every one of them is just sitting around not being used, waiting to be stolen. He didn't consult the shooting community about the announcement. Instead, he just went ahead and announced it through the West Australian newspaper. Not only that, but he let the paper publish a map of the locations of thousands of gun owners in the Perth area. The WA police say the maps were de-identified, but they are accurate enough to let criminals know where to go to find firearms. Even if they don't show the exact houses, they let criminals know where to look, even if it means going from house to house. The next day, Mr. Papalia announced a review of the Firearms Act, allowing the paper to describe shooters' licences as licences to kill. The paper ran several other articles which suggested that WA police simply don't have the powers they need to stop criminals getting firearms licences. Yet it's the WA police who issue them. The police complain that the State Administrative Tribunal was overturning their decisions to take licences off those who break the law. Yet to our knowledge, the police have never appealed those decisions to the Supreme Court. In other words, the problem isn't with gun laws, it's with the fact that police won't use the legal system to test the law. The paper cited the example of a criminal with 121 convictions. The WA State Administrative Tribunal apparently gave him his licence back, but the police didn't appeal their decision. The NSC has run and won several cases in WA. In all instances, we found the police's decisions were poorly made, and they failed to provide sufficient evidence to satisfy the WA court system about what they were saying. Here's what one expert called before the SAT recently said about experts that WA police relied upon. Mr. Papalia has said the shooting community will be consulted on the new laws, but we know this is a cover to simply give police more power so they don't have to justify what they do. As you know, if they get away with this in WA, governments in other states will also announce reviews which will aim for the same thing. We need to stop Papalia, and we need to stop him now. The NSC has already made 2 Freedom of Information requests, asking police for copies of all the documents they provided to the West Australian for the articles that appeared on both days. We have also pointed shooters to the Privacy Commissioner to look at why the police let private details be published, and we appointed a coordinator for the NSC in WA. But the big thing we'll do is start letterbox dropping flyers in Papalia's electorate to let his voters know just how bad a politician he is. Papalia's in a fairly safe seat, but if the NSC can make his seat marginal, then it will send him and other politicians a strong message that they probably didn't think could come from the shooting community. The NSC has your back. We'll do what we can to help the shooters of WA and in every other state and territory. You can support our campaign at our website by becoming a member or sponsor now. Just click on the link below. This episode of NSCTV has been proudly supported by the Leonora branch of the Sporting Shooters Association of Australia, West Australia.